Also at City Council, Rockford sells a historic downtown building, all for $1,000.
WIFR's Nathaniel Langley finds what could come of this former Illinois National Guard Armory.
There's a legacy to the crumbling building you may pass on your drive up North Main near the Discovery Center. A purchase by the Rockford Area Arts Council opens the next chapter in its history.
If the walls could talk, it could go back to a lot of great things that went on there.
Better times may be ahead for Rockford's former Illinois National Guard Armory that has sat empty since 2006.
I know that the thought was let it sit there. Someday there will be a buyer for it. And if the Art Council wants to take it, they're going to have to spend a lot of money on it, that's for sure.
The Rockford Area Arts Council starts with its $1,000 purchase of the 88-year-old structure.
If it weren't such a risky proposition, we wouldn't be in this position. And in fact, there have been many other interested parties.
Those deals never materialized. Now, the Arts Council plans to make the Armory a cultural hub with dozens of artist apartments and potentially adding extra space for nearby museums.
It'll bring more people, their most energy in that area for people to enjoy, whether they're Rockford residents or whether the tourists come in town.
Development depends on a cleanup grant from the EPA, potentially worth up to $4 million. If the award doesn't come through, the Armory returns to city ownership. To lawmakers, the purchase shows Rockford won't let the sun go down on downtown growth.
It's another step in what's been a long but, steady evolution of downtown.
Tonight, City Council members voted unanimously for the sale. Due to the Armory's condition, though, it'll be years before serious development starts.
Thank you, Nathaniel. And the Arts Council plans a public meeting to share more of its plan for the Armory Wednesday. Committee members are welcome to share their thoughts at the Nordloff Center. That's at noon.